One of the basic principles in closing the distance is to not retreat while your opponent is attacking. This is exemplified here in the defense against the jab. Malapit will execute a simultaneous attack while he is defending. His opponent executes a left jab. Malapit parries the jab and with his right hand scoops the punch slightly outwards while leaning his body back. This lean not only helps move his body away from the jab, but also helps him thrust his hips forward to launch a right knee into his opponent's ribs. Again, notice the parry. Notice how his wrist turns and hooks his opponent's jab outwards. Notice how he leans back slightly. Notice how his lean helps him execute a knee strike. And notice how his left hand stays on guard at all times. In defending against the hook, Malapit will again execute a simultaneous attack while defending. His opponent executes a left hook. Malapit raises his hand to protect his chin and to block the left hook. His hand comes forward. This not only checks the distance of his opponent, but raises his left shoulder to protect his left chin. He leans back slightly and at the same time launches a right knee. Timing is the key to this attack. Again, Malapit does not retreat in stance. Notice how he raises his right hand close to his chin for protection. Notice how his left hand comes forward. Notice how his opponent's body is open for the right knee. Lastly, notice the angle of Malapit's knee. It does not come straight up, but instead in a diagonal angle. In defending against the uppercut, Malapit will pivot his body to the left. He uses his left hand to stop the upward direction of his opponent's punch. He places his right hand over his opponent's head and pulls his opponent's head downward into his right knee. Notice how he places his right hand over the back of his opponent's head. Notice how his left hand stops the uppercut directly and with his wrist slightly hooked. Notice how he blocks and pivots away at the same time, allowing his right knee to come directly to his opponent's head. In defending against the knee, Malapit will step towards his opponent at the same time. While his opponent executes a right knee, Malapit will step forward and lift a right knee at the same time, but instead use his inside shin to block his opponent's knee attack. Because his movement is shorter, he can time his shin to meet the thigh of his opponent's knee attack. Notice how he steps into the attack. Notice where his shin makes contact. Notice how his hand